Oh my United States, the establishment's destruction of your cities continues in Chicago, Illinois. Many dark secrets of how Chicago has played a huge part in stealing of elections and crime, family, and mafia designed politics to destroy the city and camouflage money laundering and using state tax budgets and federal funding to further the agenda to bring down this country. Another city that was handpicked by the deep state to use to see how much damage they could do to Illinois and use mafia-style money laundering to steal as much as they could under the radar to make their state government bigger, while the city and the state was being taken over and destroyed. They have allowed gangs to overtake Chicago to keep chaos and crime at an all-time high as a distraction to hide what has really been happening in Chicago. The plan will be exposed why the state allowed so many illegal immigrants inside the city when the state budgets were overwhelmed even before they arrived, and how they moved resources to provide for them to help overtake the city and to overwhelm it even more than it already was. Governor Pritzker will be exposed on who he really is, another deep state puppet that stole that seat to destroy this state and to put it into utter chaos and financial ruin. His instructions for this and during the pandemic will all be exposed, who his orders came from and how much he made on the destruction and the illegal invasion of Illinois. Pritzker will be another one that will fall to treason. He never won his elections, and he made sure that others were stolen for the establishment's benefit. He oversaw the election fraud system in the state to keep it blue when it's actually red, like so many other states in this nation. Illinois will be cleansed of the criminals who have been holding it hostage for years. Their days of controlling and suppressing the people of Illinois are over, says the Lord. Brandon Johnson, the mayor of Chicago, just like Governor Pritzker, will be sentenced and judged for the crimes they have committed themselves and crimes they've allowed to take place under their leadership in this city and state. Brandon will be a fall guy for the establishment as they try to hide the big fish giving the orders for the chaos and destruction caused in Chicago. There are many secrets that the establishment will go to great lengths to hide in Chicago. But no matter who and what they try to hide, it's all coming out in the open. And every person a part of this will be judged by me, says the Lord of hosts. My children, what you see in Chicago was by design, and it could be so much different than it is now. Your enemies want the majority to suffer while the certain number of people control that city and prosper off the backs of others. There is a reason the establishment sent Obama there, and that was no accident. She had an assignment to fulfill in Chicago before he was president, to prove if he was ready to take over the United States in the same way he was given to destroy Chicago, but on a greater scale. You'll find out he was groomed by Saul Alinsky to be the one to oversee the complete annihilation of the United States. That's why his birth certificate was forged to the degree that it was, and anyone who found out the truth about where he really was born was murdered to keep the secret, or he could never have been president to fulfill his birthright given to him by the establishment. He was handpicked to be one to usher in the Great Reset or the New World Order to see the full global government takeover. Oh my United States, you will see Obama be fully exposed and his presidency be proven to be illegitimate in front of the world. Everything he did to collapse this nation will be undone, including every law, and every person he chose in any position will fall to fraud and scandals. Oh my United States, the 2020 election has not been the only fraudulent election or the biggest scandal in this country. Many will fall, and everything those elections had done to this country to destroy it will all be undone. A great restoration is coming. Just watch how my hand can remove your enemies and restore you at the same time, says the Lord, your Redeemer. Now, God has given many different prophecies of the ungodly nations, and I will overthrow their chariots and those who ride in them, and the horses and the riders shall go down, every one of them by the sword of his brother. And so again, God talks about any of the armies that try to come up against God. That not only is he going to overthrow their chariots, but another translation says they will kill themselves.